What's up, Chiefs? If you're still dumping your hard earned shards into every new hero just because they look powerful, stop right there, because that's exactly how counts fall behind in Whiteout Survival. This is your complete Gen 6 to Gen 13 guide, but more importantly, this is your resource survival plan. From Generation 6, you start with Wu Ming, Wayne, and Rene. Wu Ming is your infantry tank and one of the safest investments because he keeps your frontline alive in rally, PvE, and even Sui S defense. Vayne is your marksman damage dealer with strong burst and crit pressure, making him valuable in arena, bear trap, and general damage output. Rene, on the other hand, is a lancer control hero who brings some utility but doesn't offer the same long term value. So if your resources are limited, she's the one you skip. Moving into Generation 7 with Bradley, Edith, and Gordon, this is where things get serious. Bradley is a high impact marksman with strong AoE and team attack buffs, making him useful across almost every mode. Edith is a durable infantry tank who not only survives well, but also reduces damage for your team, giving her long term value. Gordon may not look flashy, but his poison and damage taken debuffs make him a solid support option. So, Gen 7 is one of those rare generations where building all three actually makes sense. Now, Generation 8 with Gatot, Sonia, and Hendrik continues that momentum. Gatot is a frontline monster with strong shields and enemy attack reduction, making him one of the safest tanks to invest in. Sonia brings Lancer damage with freeze effects and attack speed control, giving her both damage and disruption value in fights. Hendrik is a marksman who adds AoE pressure and reduces enemy defense, which makes him useful in PvE and rallies. This is another full build generation, so skipping here can slow your account. Generation 9 changes things slightly with Magnus, Fred, and Yura. Magnus is a strong infantry tank with taunt and team attack buffs, making him valuable in rallies and open field fights. Zura is a marksman support who brings healing, damage reduction, and control, and support heroes like her tend to age very well because they help in multiple modes. Fred is not bad, but compared to the other two, he offers the least long term value. So if you need to conserve resources, he's the one to skip. Generation 10 brings Gregory, Blanchett, and Freya, and this is where damage spikes again. Gregory is a tank who provides shields and T buffs, keeping your front line stable. Blanchett is a pure damage dealer with massive burst and execution power, making her extremely strong in arena, PvE, and save S. Freya adds Lancer damage with control effects like stun, making her effective in multiple modes, so Gen 10 is another strong full build generation. Generation 11 with Eleonora, Lloyd, and Rufus is where your account can start looking truly powerful. Eleonora is not just a tank, but a support tank with reflect shields and team health buffs, which makes her extremely valuable in long fights. Lloyd increases enemy damage taken, making him a strong utility lancer in rallies and PvE. Rufus is a high impact marksman with strong AoE and crit scaling, making him one of the best damage options in this range, especially for bear trap and arena. This generation is too valuable to ignore, so building all three is the smart move. Moving into Generation 12 with Ligaya, Karol, and Hiror, you are now in late game territory where efficiency matters more than ever. Ligea is a marksman who deals strong damage and reduces enemy defense, making her effective in PvE and rallies. Karol is a hybrid lancer who can sustain himself while also buffing the team, giving him flexible value. Harvar is a durable infantry tank designed for long fights, and tanks like him remain useful as stats continue to rise. This is another generation where all three heroes bring real value. Finally, Generation 13 introduces Gizella, Flora, and Vulcanus. Gizella is a strong infantry tank with shields and defensive boosts, keeping your frontline stable in high level fights. Flora is a control based lancer with debuffs and battlefield utility, making her useful in PvE and rallies. Vulcanus is the standout marksman with heavy burst and burn style damage, making him a dangerous offensive hero across multiple modes. This generation continues the trend of strong overall value, so all three are worth building if your resources allow. Now let's simplify everything. The best heroes across these generations are the ones that consistently protect your team, amplify your squad, or deal massive multi-target damage, including Wu Ming, Bradley, Catot, Magnus, Blanchett, Eleonora, Rufus, Legea, Carol, and Vulcanus. The biggest mistakes players make are spreading resources too thin, building every hero without a plan, ignoring tanks and supports, and chasing new heroes without thinking about long term value. The simplest rule you need to follow is this: if a hero helps your entire team survive longer or deal more damage across multiple modes, they are worth building. If they only work in one specific situation, they are not. If this guide helped you understand how to actually build your account instead of wasting resources, make sure to like the video, subscribe for more real strategy guides, and share this with your alliance so they stop making the same mistakes. Drop a comment telling me which generation you're in right now, and it'll help you decide your next move.